Hello and welcome to Textured Hair 101. This is Jennifer Asen. I'm a hair coach with the Texture Academy. This course is an overview on textured hair, the different types of textured hair, and different services that are needed to support textured hair clients. And this course is especially designed for educators who are teaching hair students and hairstylists who are considering adding textured hair to their service menu. Just a little bit about me. I'm Jennifer Asen, if you don't already know. I'm a hairstylist and trainer. I help people achieve their hair goals, especially regarding textured hair. I help people with their own hair, and I help hair care professionals support textured clients. I'm also a formulator. I have made hair and skin oils. I needed something for my fine coily hair, so that's how that came about. Now I am located in a home studio. I work one-on-one with professional hairstylists and consumers who want to conquer their hair. So it includes the whole package. They sign up online. It includes all the products that they need. I do an evaluation of their hair, their lifestyle, their knowledge on their hair, and then I fill in the holes. I help them manage their hair, teach them at least 2 styles that they can, create themselves so that they're free, pretty much. I'm sure this is what you think about, right? This is what you envision, I should say. Everybody's walking around with their hair just natural and in an afro. But no, not everybody does that. We need other styles. So the reason I'm doing this is there's a huge shortage. We don't have enough experts who understand textured hair, and we are in desperate need for more people who can help us with textured hair. So I'm very excited that we are embracing textured hair in Canada. We can get more stylists trained, and more textured people can get the help that they need. Okay, so what is textured hair? Well, those numbers that they use, I think it's 2, 1 to 4, they never made sense to me because it just talked about the shape of the hair. And there's a lot more information that goes into classifying hair so that you know how to support it. So I don't use numbers, I use words, and I have 4 main designations: wavy, curly, coily, and kinky hair. Okay, and I have icons that go with it. And now when we're talking about textured hair, we are generally talking about the shape of the hair, which is how much bend is in each strand. Then we talk about the hair diameter. That's the thickness of the hair strand, okay? So it's either going to be fine or coarse. We don't really worry about a medium, but generally textured hair is fine. It's more predominantly fine, I would say. And then we talk about hair density. That's how many strands you have on the scalp. How much hair are you actually dealing with? As you know, the younger a person is, the more follicles they have, so there's more hair. So when you're dealing with textured hair and you have a lot of it to work with, there are ways that you can plan out your service so that it's a little simpler. So like I said, wavy, it's either going to be fine or coarse, high or low density. We don't use these numbers anymore. Well, I don't anyway. Curly, fine or coarse, high density. Coily hair, fine or coarse, same as kinky. Really, really simple. Okay? And this is how we establish the client texture type so that we can plan a service and a solution for them. So the texture types here, I just have some examples here. We've got wavy. She's wavy. Curly, coily. Coily hair looks like a spring. It can be the size of a tiny straw all the way up to as thick as a thumb, okay? And kinky hair doesn't have any distinct coil or curl. It's a zigzag pattern. And that hair is generally very fine and shrinks a lot. So it's a lot longer than it always looked. And then of course there's multi-textured, which is a real thing. especially when you're dealing with people that are of mixed heritage. They will have different texture types all on one head. So sometimes you have to adjust for that. Okay, so we're going to first discuss wavy. Wavy hair, a lot of our mixed kids that are, only 1/4 black, just as an example, will have wavy hair, but will have open cuticles. And open cuticles means that the hair dries out a lot. So they need help with products to help smooth the cuticle. Okay, it's a little bit different than having smooth cuticle with wavy hair, the different type of need. So this hair type, wavy hair, wants to either go smooth straight or get more curl. They're always sort of in the middle. And they generally choose, because it's easier, of course, they choose to go straight. So they need lightweight products that does not dry out the hair, but smooths the surface of their hair so that it looks good and looks shiny. Here are some wavy types. Usually, like I said, fine diameter. They could be high or low density. Okay, it's great if you're high density, then your hair doesn't look so fine. This hair type wants more curl. They want lightweight moisture, and they're multi-textured. So you can just see some picture examples here of wavy. And this wavy client here wanted a bob, but you have to be careful that it doesn't explode out and expand out. This is why the types of products that they use are really, really important. They want volume, but they want smoothness and a distinct pattern in their hair. And there's some really great products out there now. I have to tell you, technology has improved so much. I am really impressed. I like it because I support clients a lot with products. It's really important to me that they know how to take care of themselves at home. So I'm always researching products. So style profile for wavy needs good quality hair care, lightweight moisture, and heat protecting products. Okay, that's the style profile for them. So now we're going to talk about curly. Everybody loves curly. And of course, curly is the word that people use to describe all hair that bends, but curly is specific hair. Okay, it's not coily, it's not like a spring, it's larger curls. And it can go anywhere from the size of your thumb all the way up to maybe a can of pop. Okay, then you're getting into wavy, and if it's long, the weight will pull it down, and then you'll get into wavy. But curly hair here, they want less frizz, they want more volume, and they need water-based products and a good cut. This lovely lady here, you can see how her cut is stacked up at top, and they've taken the weight off the ends here at the bottom so to shape it in, so she has more volume on top. And then there would be some texturizing that would go on with the curl at the top, just to remove the weight off the ends so that it stays up. So good products, good haircut, what curly girls love and need. So here are some curly types. They have also fine diameter hair, usually high density, gets dry easily, it dries out easily. Bad products will strip the moisture right out of fine curly hair. Okay, so like I said, they like lightweight moisture. They're also multi-textured. I had a client once who was wavy in the front of her hair and quite curly in the back. So we had to do a perm in the front. We did a perm in the front so that it would match her curl in the back. That way she could wear her hair in a wash and wear style with some gel and scrunch and go. That's what wash and wear is, scrunch and go. The best, easiest type of hair if you ask me. This lovely, she's a DJ, very talented by the way. So you can see here in this photograph on the left-hand side how her curl clumps up. Okay, that's what happens with curls. They want to go into their pattern and then they get heavy and they droop. And she likes some volume with her hair. So what we did was we didn't take anything off the length because her length was fine. There was nothing wrong with her ends. She uses all the right products so her hair doesn't wear out. And all we did was go in and texturize and remove the weight off the ends. And there you can see the finished product, a little bit fuller and a little bit lighter looking towards the ends. Style profile for curly, many people still smooth their hair, okay? But more and more is switching to curl, which is a good thing. Coily hair needs and wants this hair type, wants less frizz. This is the biggest issue. Needs moisture and hair shaping. And this lovely young lady here, she's got fine hair. She's got high density coily hair. And this is just after a haircut. I've removed the weight off the ends here. I got rid of the triangle and I gave her some layers on top so that she could stack her coils up and get a little bit of height. And then we just shaped around her face to give her some pieces that would hang down like a bang. Not too much, enough that she could just style that back into the rest of her hair if she doesn't want a look with bangs. But I think that this is a nice look for her. She was very excited after this. So coily hair types, fine diameter again, usually high density, wants more definition, lightweight moisture, multi-textured. It's all the usual stuff. Right, and this lovely lady has highlights. That's a dip color and looks really cool. But when you're getting into coloring coily hair, it's imperative that they have moisture treatments and they're using the right product, or else the color, once you go in and you disrupt the moisture level in there, it just frizzes out the hair and there is no distinct curl pattern, which is not good for coily girls. They don't like that at all. Style profile for coily hair, moisture everything, okay? Conditioner, shampoo, leave-in is the key, and real moisture, not fake moisture that just sits on your hair and your hair is still thirsty, but it's got all this goop on it. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about active ingredients that actually penetrate into the hair. Many go between smooth and wash and wear styles, so they need all the products. They need it all. When I am creating a package for my coily clients, it includes smoothing and wash and wear support products. Okay? Heat protection, oil, you name it, they need it. That's my hair type, actually. So I know of what I speak. Okay, here she is again, and I just wanted to show some diversity here with style diversity. This is a crochet technique. We corner the hair, we create a base, and then we loop in this twisted hair. It's fun. It takes about maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, much less time than single braids. It's easy. It actually puts her own hair away so that she can rest it and then she can rock these extensions and, you know, maybe even be someone completely different. She said she had a great time with this hairstyle. Okay, so here we are, kinky hair. Kinky hair is 3-dimensional hair. You can do so much with it. It is amazing. This hair type wants softness and less breakage. Okay, that's what they want. It needs sealing in the moisture and natural oils to keep it soft and flexible. Soft, flexible hair is the best type of kinky hair because it's easy to work with, it's lovely, it stays in the shape that you put it in, and I love it. It's fantastic. So, kinky hair types, usually fine diameter, generally always. High density, you can get some people with low density, but generally high density. Gets dry very easily. And of course, they need lightweight moisture. They're also multi-textured. You can see some different looks here. Okay, this is a nice wash and wear look with a fade up at the side. We've got some beautiful color here. This is a twist out. And this lovely girl here, look how long her hair is. Yeah, that's a braid out that she took. So she braided it probably for the night and just took it apart, and there you go. So yes, 3-dimensional hair. And when it's in its best shape, oh wow, fantastic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look at this little gorgeous woman here with her style, rocking her big afro. Yep, and she's got some lovely sunlights in your hair. You can just see a little lighter at the ends with a natural root. You know, it just gives the hair some dimension. Also makes it fun. And when you lighten the hair like that, sometimes you can add temporary color on top, which, you know, is another fun thing to do. Yeah, so services for kinky hair type, a lot of natural services, blowout styles. This is a blowout. I was giving her a trim, and then she was going to go somewhere else and get her hair, I think, cornrowed. Okay, so she'd come and see me, a treatment, a blowout, a trim, shaping, and then she's off to the next. But these are really ways you can support textured clients. So most services that are requested: haircuts, blow dry, color, hair color is a biggie, treatments, hair extensions. Those are the main services that textured clients will be looking for. Now, as far as styling goes, there are only really 3 types of styling. That's how I have categorized them, okay? And as you know, when you're choosing a style is based on hair type, okay? Some styles are not realistic for a specific hair type, okay? For instance, if you had very fine wavy hair or curly hair and you wanted a cornrow style that would be exposed and you wanted it to last for an extended period of time, it wouldn't. It would get fuzzy very quickly and you'd probably only be able to get 2 weeks out of it. Okay, so you have to understand those things. And then choosing a style is a lifestyle. It's a time commitment. You know, how much time you want to spend messing around with your hair, whether you want someone else to help you do it. And then, of course, the cost investment, the frequency of how often you have to do it. So I'm showing you the 3 types of styles here, and we're going to talk about them. There is wash and wear styles, okay, heat styling, and natural styling. Okay, those are the 3 categories. And the reason I've broken them up into those categories is because it allows you to understand how to support those clients with products. And so just so you know, if you're a technician and you're going to work on a textured hair client and you know what hair type and you know what service that they need, you can prepare your products and the tools so you can set up for your client. So these are wash and wear clients here. They all just wash, condition, treat, add styling product, either twist it or, you know, comb it through to set the style, to bring out, we call it popping the curl. And that's when you use a fine-tooth comb or a brush with gel in your hair, and then it just brings out, you comb the product through the hair strand and it gathers it all together and it pops the curl. So that's wash and wear hair. And then you allow it to dry. And then you can use some hair oil to break the cast, to fluff it a little bit so it doesn't look wet. There's more information. I have another video on wash and wear styling and how to do that based on the different types of hair. So heat styling, obviously, you add heat, blow dryer, flat iron, rollers, whatever it is. And these are examples of heat styling, all blow drying. I do a lot of blow drying for my clients, stretch out. If I'm going to do a haircut on a client with very textured hair who is very concerned about losing length, I will stretch their hair out so I can give it a precise cut. So I'm not cutting off more than I need to cut. Okay, so that's what we would do with that. Also, too, if I'm doing an ombre color, and I want to make sure that I have, you know, the right smoky effect, the right blending effect, I will smooth the hair out and color it smooth. Then that way, you know, I can follow my color techniques a little bit better. That's why blow drying is really, really important. If you can give a good blow dry on textured hair, you'll be in like Flynn. It's one of the skills that, the first skill that I teach any of our texture technicians. Natural styling is natural styling. That's a picture of me there with cornrows with extensions and beads. And let me tell you something, that was just done. And I don't even think I lasted a week. My hair would not last more than 2 weeks in that style. It's just too fine. I'd have to wrap it at night and make sure, or wrap it or use a satin pillowcase. Here's just some examples of cornrows and some of the funky things you can do. Cornrows are really big now. Lots of men are wearing cornrows. Lots of athletes are wearing cornrows. UFC fighters, boxers, women boxers keep the hair out of their face. I absolutely love it. This lovely young lady here, she's got a crochet style. So we've cornrowed her hair like this, and then we've looped in hair. So let's see. This is also considered natural styling, dreadlocks. Okay, this is where we twist or interlock the hair, and then it just grows that way. Here's another example of a crochet technique. So this hair here is pre-twisted, and you buy the hair, extension hair, you cornrow the base, and then you loop in the hair. This is excellent. I really love this style because the scalp is open. So it's a great way to rest your hair and hydrate your scalp at the same time. So when I have clients who have very damaged hair and they need a break from styling, okay, this is what we'll do, crochet style. Or maybe I have a client who wants to grow their hair. They'll spend maybe the whole winter season cornrowing, because every time you pull, you use good products, of course, hydrating products that feed the hair, feed the scalp. But every time you apply tension to the hair, it encourages it to grow. Okay, it's a signal to your body that it should grow. So this technique, I'm telling you, it works. If you know someone who wants to grow their hair, it's a great way to do it. Especially if they use a lot of heat in their hair. Heat can cannibalize the hair. If you have fine hair like I do, you can't use heat that often. It just, regardless of the products that you're using, it just will not hold up. Well, the ends will be frayed. I mean, if you trim it regularly, it's okay. If you have a shorter style and you're happy with it, it'll be beautiful. But let's say you wanted to grow your hair. Yeah, no. Too much heat won't do it. I tell my clients all the time, you've got to choose. You got to choose. Sometimes you can't do it all. So here, what we have here is a twist out. Those are Bantu knots there. You can see the product lineup. This was something that I had posted on my Jennifer Naturals, just so they could see the products that they use. Paul Mitchell has a wonderful serum, super skinny serum, and it's fantastic, helps the hair dry faster. Okay, so, and we've got this extra body gel that they've got is very flexible. It's excellent for fine hair. It's water soluble, it's lightweight, and it is super clean. So it's not full of scent. It's going to give you a headache. Okay, and the other product we have here is a leave-in conditioner, which is awesome. Leave-in conditioner fills in the holes, so your styling product works better. And then we've got my Jennifer Naturals oils, because you're going to use the oil to take out the twists. So you untwist it and then you arrange it. Okay, you can use a comb to pick out the root. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Nice and easy. And then now to go to bed at night, she can either retwist some of it with a little bit of my oil and wrap it up, or she just adds some oil and wrap it for the night. And the oil will keep it flexible. And then the next day, she can just arrange her hair, put it in the right shape, and away she goes. So twist out. It's different from the Bantu knot. Gives you a different look. You can see a more drooped look because the hair dries like that. This is my beautiful assistant, Tomi. And I learned a lot from her too. When she first came to see me, she had relaxer in her hair, but she could do her own hair. So we worked together, and yeah, she's got the most beautiful hair now and knows everything about it. I love it. These are comb coils. Okay, so this looks like it's curly. Yeah, curly hair, fine, high density curly hair. Yeah, and you just section it and you use a comb. And there's lots of videos that show you how to do this. In fact, I think I'm going to do a video. And you just pull it through and it goes into a coil, and then you just leave it and set it. Of course, it has styling product. Extra Body Gel is a really good one. The Paul Mitchell Extra Body Gel. Love it. Nice and bouncy. Now he's going to have to take care of his hair when he sleeps at night. Because it's so fine, you have to make sure that the coils aren't disrupted. Okay, so that's why it's important that they're set properly with the right products and then protected at night. It's part of our 6 pillars is night care. This is a hair care checklist. These are all the products that textured hair needs. You can see the different shampoos. Yes, we use dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is perfect for the girl with the blown out hair. She's wearing it straight. It's been, I don't know, 10 days. It's looking a little greasy. At the end, she doesn't have time to wash it and blow it all out again because, you know, it's a project. So yeah, so you'll use dry shampoo, okay? And then, of course, we've got a conditioner for your style choice. We've got lots of different conditioners. Conditioners that won't weigh your hair down, will give you a bigger look. Conditioners that will stretch the texture of it. So you, instead of a tighter curl pattern or coil pattern, you get a looser one. Yes, there are shampoos that do that. You need a hair and scalp treatment, a leave-in conditioner, very important, fills in the holes. Wet heat protector, I really like that. Of course, styling gel, foam, a glaze, setting lotion, blow-dry lotion, twisting butter, twisting cream, dry heat protector, as opposed to a wet one. The dry heat protector, I love that. That's for girls who smooth their hair and they want to touch up their bangs, okay? Maybe they've got a little bit of a buckle, maybe some moisture got into their smooth style, and then they want to re-smooth it with their iron. They would use a heat protector spray. Paul Mitchell has a great one that's fantastic. It's also a hair spray too. 2-in-1, and you just touch that up. Also, girls who wear their hair smooth, who have high lift color in there, blonde, you definitely need a dry heat protector, okay, so that you don't damage the hair with the heat. Hair oil, very important. Wax for edge control, and hairspray. So those are the lineups. All the same products usually, except maybe edge control or twisting butter. That's really a different product. So talking about professional care and how to texturize your services, I'm just going to give you an idea of the professional services that textured clients need help with. This is a crochet technique. I absolutely love this. We did this technique on a young lady who has fine, straight hair. And we looped in these beautiful butterfly locks, and she absolutely loved it. And she rocked that hair. I forget how many weeks she kept it for. But it didn't damage her own hair. Her hair was protected, and I think she looks delicious. Yeah, so this technique is fantastic because you can loop in locks, you can loop in braids, you can do so much with it. And it takes a lot less time. It's easier on the hair as opposed to single braids because the tension is distributed over the cornrow. So the tension goes over the whole head instead of in specific areas like the edges. I love this technique. And it's also open to, the scalp is open so you can hydrate it easily, okay? Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, color. Hair color is very, very big with textured hair. And you know, when your hair is coily, it's nice, but after a while it gets a little, you want something different, right? Especially if you don't smooth your hair out, you don't really wear any other styles. Color is a biggie. So you can see I do a lot of blondes, all kinds of blondes, straight, curly, you name it. Okay, so coloring textured hair, yep. And we are looking for color text. And once you understand the medium, the fabric of textured hair, wow, look out. Look out. So this is just a before and after. You can see we did her hair before and she had a little bit of grow out. So I just added some lighter pieces. Unfortunately, with the white background, it's hard to see. And shaped it up. I took off some of her crunchy ends, just a tiny bit. And yeah, there you go. Okay, chemical stretching. This is using a relaxer. Does not take out all the curl. And this is me, 2 different photographs. This is my natural hair. When I want a big fro and I want it to stick up, that's what I do. When I want my hair to hang down, you can put in a relaxer. The only relaxer I would ever recommend and choose is the Palmetto. Palmetto relaxer does not break all the bonds. It leaves the integrity in the hair. So you can continue styling, smooth or wash and wear styles. As you can see, it's a beautiful product. Here I have color also in my hair. Only Palmetto product. This is an interesting story here. This was a young lady whose hair, as you can see from this picture, was burnt right off. And literally, I think she had 3 inches of hair. And there wasn't, because of the ends, the condition of the ends, there wasn't anything we can do without them sticking out. So even any other kind of extension technique would not have been possible. But our technician, I believe this may have even been Tomi, with magic fingers, she can cornrow the shortest hair you've ever seen in your life. So that's what we did. We cornrowed her hair, we got it in, and then we were able to sew in. So this is a sew-in. We sew in wefts of hair on top of that. And she was thrilled. She couldn't believe that we were able to do this. The tools are all the same, except you'll need a blow dryer with a pick, like that. Okay? That is the Chi blow dryer. Hard to get, but I'm working on it. Okay? Fine tooth, wide tooth, a close pat brush. This is the Palmetto 407, beautiful brush. It's like a Denman brush, only better, because I don't know what they're doing with those Denman brushes now. They're not making them like they used to. So I highly recommend, if you want to do textured hair, you got to pick up these tools. Don't mess around. You need some duckbill clips, very good. Wraps are also good. Spray bottles, and of course, diffuser. Scrunchies for smooth styles to put them up at night. Classroom support. This is support for you going forward if you're interested in learning more about textured hair and sharing that knowledge with your students. Okay, we can break it down into specific topics. Actually, this how to retexture hair is going to be a free course as soon as it's available. I would just have to record the video over it, and then it'll be available, and I'll make that available to you. You can reach me at jennifernaturals.com/learn texture. Okay. I also have a masterclass on textured hair. This is a one-on-one. You work with me in my studio or your studio, and we're literally going to go through the hair types and the styles. So you'll actually get to work one-on-one with the hair. Okay. So it's absolutely fantastic. I've got a special rate coming up. I need 6 people that can help me go forward. I'm looking for 6 people that will be my texture experts, because we've got to share this information across Canada. So anybody who wants to be my go-to, even in the school system or in a salon, I've got a special promotion for those people. I'm looking for 6 people, just 6. And I think it's like 60% savings on the course, okay? Because I'm really dedicated to creating other professionals and experts like myself, okay? Your information is no good unless you can share it. Yes, this is just additional information. There's a $10,000 grant that Ontario is making available, okay? And you can apply for it. This is available on my website. You can download this. It gives you the instructions on how to go about it. And it's $10,000 per employee. So you have to be a business owner to take advantage of this, okay? So if you want to learn more, you can use this QR code. You can follow me on Instagram. So please go on and join my list. You'll see my information there for educators and stylists. It explains how to go about learning more about textured hair. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I had originally presented this at the Ontario Teachers Technical Conference but I decided to re-record this for the people who were not able to attend at the beginning of my session. So thank you very much for listening. And if you want more information, you know where to find me. Take care. Bye-bye.